Hey there, this is Sandy Rakowitz of One Heart Healing Center. And I wanted to talk with you about the Akashic Records. Who it is, what is it, what happens in a reading, and all that kind of information. So the Akashic Records are the records of you and your soul across all time and space. So it is much more comprehensive than just you in this particular lifetime. Each person's records are housed, in a sense, in a way where you have keepers of your records, known as the Akashic Record Keepers. There are Akashic Record healers, masters, teachers, and so forth. And each person has a series of keepers just for you. Isn't that incredible? And so by having a reading, you can get access into that volume, depth, scope of information about your soul from a much larger perspective than what we often can get on our own from our personality self. And so it's amazing. The energies that come through are very, very healing, very broad, extensive, comprehensive, deep, profound. And so in a reading, here's what happens. We greet. I'm doing them currently over the phone or on Zoom, either FaceTime or regular phone or Zoom. And so we meet at our appointed time and talk just briefly. Then I open the Akashic Records generally so that we enter those energies from the realm of the Akasha, which are, as I said, they're profoundly healing, beautiful, and wonderful. I'll lead you through a brief grounding, centering meditation. And then I will be quiet for a minute or two while I open your specific records. I let you know when that has occurred, when your records are fully open. And sometimes, not always, there'll be an impression or information that the keepers want me to convey initially. And what I'm finding, at least recently, things go in always are shifting and evolving and moving, and each person's records are different. But sometimes there'll be something that the keepers want to bring forward for you, and that helps to unfold the messages and information for you during the reading. And then you can ask your questions. So I'll jot those questions down, and then I ask the keepers for their information. So when I say reading, it can be anything ranging from lots of information about that particular question. It can be from very many different perspectives of, like, from the physical realm, from emotional. It can give you steps to take. It can be referring to other lifetimes. Many different aspects can be tapped into. It can also be healing, clearing patterns, programs, lots of belief systems, emotions, helping to be able to move things forward. And so it is more than just informational. It is bringing forward what is most needed for your highest and best good at this time. And people ask questions, very wide range of questions. I would say recently, the most common and frequent area is about soul purpose and what is most needed for me next, or clearing something that's been particularly stuck and very difficult or challenging to access. So it could be within that, or anything about soul contracts that you're ready to complete, about specific relationships, what it is that keeps you blocked or stuck, or what's been constricted or holding you back. While I am not able to open the records for another person, we can ask the keepers about what is going on for you in relationship with another. That would also include partners, spouses, friends, business associates. We can look into the records for your particular business or businesses and ask information from that perspective, from your soul about your particular business. There are wonderful information for that. It could be about one or more of your animals, looking at, from your soul's perspective, health issues, emotional pieces, anything relating with your career, with different types of fears or patterns that you've experienced that have been difficult to change. Money blocks, that's a really big area. Financial issues, not so much. I don't access information in terms of predictions, because there's so many different factors that come into play about what will create those future circumstances. So, but the keepers can give information about what would best facilitate that forward motion to create the things that you're interested in that regard. Or if, somebody was just asking about moving, and they had a choice between several different locations, and there were pros and cons for one area over another. And so the questions are really helpful, and the readings are very question driven, meaning if you asked a broad and general question, which of these locations are best for me, you would get one range of answers, versus the question was, what would be best for my husband and I for our relationship harmony, prosperity, and our work together. So that focuses in the information differently than kind of a broad-based question. Broad-based questions are totally fine sometimes, especially if you haven't done any readings before and you're not used to this sort of thing. You might not even know what specific questions are, and that's totally fine. But if you give some more information, it's very, very useful, because then I can help direct the record keepers into that area. I know sometimes people will ask a question and the keepers will show me like an intersection of, well, if you were to ask about this direction, we could discuss that in particular. But if you were looking at this other direction, we would have some other type of information for you. And so you can always ask for help. You can, once you ask a question or several questions, you can ask for my help, and you can ask for the record keeper's help. And I can always ask them additional and multiple questions. So it's not about testing, I understand that some people can be skeptical and so forth, but really when there's some additional information, it really helps to focus. And I honestly have just had so many people say how pinpointed, accurate the information that they've been hearing and receiving, and how it pinpoints the underlying issue and what's been going on, and describes the aspects and the qualities of what's been challenging or difficult. And other ranges of questions can be unfolding, bringing forward hidden talents, hidden skills, or what can help bring out those skills and areas of expertise more fully. Any kinds of questions about your work or programs, or different aspects. What would be helpful for different things about your health? What would be helpful for deepening your meditation practice? all sorts of things. So whatever questions you have, you can bring forward. Oh, another one that's been very helpful for many people is something around either a sense of confidence, fears, either, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so fears about bringing yourself out and being more visible, that's a big area. Sense of confidence and self-worth is another range of areas. Money issues, things that, being able to retain and have money, being able to receive, being able to accept, being able to have more flow, all sorts of things like that. So I invite you to have a reading together with me, and you can go to my website, www.onehearthealingcenter.com, and one is spelled O-N-E, one versus the number, so it's spelled out O-N-E, onehearthealingcenter.com, and then you can look under Work with Sandy, and you'll see information about Akashic Record readings. So I look forward to meeting with you. I look forward to supporting you in this particular way. It's very potent, very powerful. People have had so many amazing experiences, things that have unfolded after their reading, things that have opened up, additional insights, more clarity, and really being able to move forward even more clearly, more powerfully, with more confidence, and greater understanding about why they've been doing the things that they're doing, why they're, what's behind some of these pieces, and how they can use that to move themselves forward more readily. So thank you, and I look forward to meeting with you soon.